Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is another weekly mints video, and just for transparency, I'm personally not minting anything for this week, and maybe also not next week, but we'll have to wait and see. I also want to take a moment to say that all of these projects that you see in this video, I'm not recommending any of them. I am trying to find as many projects that are minting this week and cover them. Now, sometimes I'll say I don't like this about a project, or I do like the art on a project, but just because I like the art doesn't mean it's not a rug pull, right? And these aren't my recommendations either. These are just me looking down a list and saying, okay, this is minting, I'm going to cover it. This is minting, I'm going to cover it. And it's up to you guys to buy it, decide it's a rug pull, whatever. And I'm deciding right now, maybe I should have a disclaimer for every single video just so people are aware, but I thought that that would take up too much time and people wouldn't really like that, and people already knew, but I'm finding out through the comments that maybe people don't actually know, and I don't want to confuse anybody, so maybe I actually will have a disclaimer before every single video. If you do want to hear my honest opinion about some projects though, you can come in, join my Discord. We actually created a few weeks ago this channel called Smash or Pass, which is going to be where I post these projects that pop up, and I'm going to ask you guys to vote right here with either a smash or a pass. Will you mint this project? And also, I want you guys to know that if I'm not minting a project, it doesn't necessarily mean I think it's a bad project. It just means that I'm not going to mint it because I either think it can be bought cheaper off of the floor, or it will go down eventually and I can buy it cheaper off the floor, or I don't like it at all. Maybe I just think it's garbage. And I do want to be clear that sometimes, yes, I do make videos about what I am going to mint and what I'm personally looking at. For example, with this Seal Society, Safari Squad, and Introverts video, where I only covered those 3 projects, I was buying every single one of those. I happened to miss the Introverts one because they minted a few minutes earlier than they said they would, but it's all good. But yeah, all of those did fantastic. And there's also going to be times where I do that same exact thing and they're horrible. So don't look at me as something that you should do, just look at me as somebody who gives you some information or reminds you of a project, and then you can think to yourself, oh yeah, I remember that project, I think it's a good project, let me go check it out for myself. But the main reason why I don't say this project is bad, don't mint it, is because I don't know which projects are rug pulls and which projects aren't. So even if the project is a bad project and not going to make you money, they could be a legitimate person that is trying to build in the background. And who am I to say that it's not worth it? Maybe a group of people think it is worth it, and then eventually it comes out of nowhere. Look at those AMAs, for example. People gave them so much crap when they first started, and now look at them, 666 ADA a floor. You have the same thing with Mutant Crocs. Everybody hated them. They were at like 15 ADA a floor. They jumped all the way to 450 at one point. Now everything they mint sells out instantly, and the floor price goes up within a month. But I digress, alright? Join the Discord if you want to have some real conversations with me, or just watch the videos and just know that these weekly mints videos are not recommendations, and we're going to jump right into it. So just to start off and look at some market data, we can see that we did peak about a week to 2 weeks ago on the 7th. At this 3.6 million ADA volume, but ever since we have been on a pretty strong decline. When we see moves like this, most things that are minting, especially if they're not a huge project like Cornucopias or Clay Nation, they normally don't do well right after they're mint. So I'm personally using this information to tell myself that now is not a good time to try to mint anything new. But remember guys, I'm only telling you what I'm doing for transparency. I'm not trying to convince anybody to do, follow, or mimic anything that I do. And I'm sorry, I know disclaimers are hella annoying, they drag on the video. So without further ado, we're going to start off with ADA exploration. At the moment of making this video, there are 6,000 people in their Discord. On June 22nd, they will be launching their 4,000 explorers, going for 80 ADA apiece. Their team is a team of 3, and they are a chemical engineer, a project manager, and a graphical designer, all based in the UK. And of course, it's important to check out what we're buying. So over in the sneak peeks, we can see these are astronauts, the explorers, if you will, and they have different backgrounds. One looks like a spaceship kind of in the background. Some of them are just green or space or whatever other beautiful colors that they can kind of create. They also have a website with a 3D view of one of their astronauts, so you can kind of spin them around and you can see how the helmet kind of changes too based on the angle that you're looking at. That's kind of cool. Then we can meet the team, which as far as I can tell is not doxed. You have Captain Apollo, who is the project manager, you have Buzz Aldrin, who is the artist, and you have Captain Ripley, who is the exploration / NFT expert. In their roadmap, they do have something called the alien infestation. And the lore is that these astronauts went out to space, they came back, they found some specimens, but not all of them found specimens, only 70% of them. So 70% of the astronauts will be airdropped these specimens, and they will be used as mutations later on. And if you are interested in this project, they will also be doing staking and tokenomics, so you can check that out in the rest of their white paper. Next up, we have the Deadly Sins, and at the moment of making this video, there are 8,500 people in the Discord. This will be a total supply of 6,666, going for 66 ADA apiece at 8 p.m. UTC on June 23rd. Looking at their team, they have Zora, who is fully doxed with when mint by those AMAs, and he also shows his face on his Twitter. So right here, this is this handsome mug right there. So that's who Zora is. And then you also have Deadly Mama Fauna, and that's Amy, who is the graphic designer. Then you have Deadly Daddy Soli, who has 55,000 followers on TikTok. So if you want to go check him out, he's at Soli Senpai. Then you also have N Arts, or Nikias, who is a product manager who designs and builds digital products. Now, I've seen a few projects with this art style, which kind of looks like just drawn art that's then converted into an NFT, but this one in particular looks really well done in my opinion. I really like the eyes too. If you focus on the eyes and the mouth of a lot of these, they're very different. You know, this one has like the crazy eyes where it's super slanted, looking extra demonic. This one's a little bit more chilled where he's like not that crazy. Then you've got like some puppet eyes where he was sewed back together. And then you have this one where he just looks like, I don't even know how to describe that. I'm sure you get the idea. Their art looks very different, it looks very unique, and I like it. They also have their own white paper, which is called their Deadly Paper. So I do like to see that a lot of new projects are starting to have a white paper of some sort up and ready to show people before they mint. But this team is going to be building a 3D plot called their Hell's House, where the community will be able to interact with one another in a hellish setting. We will also be having interactive games, for example, a ritual poker, which will have a prize pool. Hell's House will be our main location where we'll host community events, personality meetups, major events, Phantom VIP rooms, and special giveaways. Our verified holders will have exclusive access to all these and much more. And if you're wondering where they're going to put their 3D asset, well, they are buying a Pavia estate, and they also have a partnership with Cardistacks, so it's likely that they'll be in one of those. How they will achieve this is by using some of the money from the mint and also using 50% of the royalties. There are also some benefits to being a Phantom VIP. However, to be a Phantom VIP, it is the first 111 Discord members to reach level 25, so if you do want to grind that much, feel free, and these are the benefits that you will get if you reach level 25. You will be airdropped a Phantom VIP card. After the card has been airdropped to all Phantom members, we will be distributing 25% of the royalties, either monthly or bi-monthly, to all the Phantom holders, exclusive perks within Hell's House, exclusive giveaways and airdrops, access to the Phantom Lounge chat in the Discord, advanced access to information regarding all future ventures, and one free mint from every future collection. Benefits for the regular holders would be gaining access to the various interactive features within Hell's House, including games, interactive objects, the shop, and more. And they also have plans on releasing a stake pool, and this stake pool will also most likely be able to stake your NFTs to where you'll earn other prizes as well. But they are working with their legal team to figure out how to do all that, but they also want to have their own tokens, so maybe you stake these for tokens rather than prizes, and once they have it all figured out with their legal team, they'll release more information on this. Next up, we have Famous Wolf Club, which is going to be a 10K collection with a VIP, influencer, and public mint. The VIP will be going for 65 ADA on the 24th of June. The influencer will open up on the 25th of June for 70 ADA, and the public will be going on the 26th of June for 80 ADA apiece. Starting off looking at their team, we have George, who has been in Cardano since the early 2020s. He is also a founding partner of the Secret Goat Society. Then you have Goat Nasty, or Nasty, who is the marketing manager for this team. Then you have Ron Swanson, who is the community manager, and he was also a mod over at Goat Tribe. Then you have Zan, who's always talking about donuts, and he is in charge of the community building. Then you have Pudi Wakuli, who is a mod, and you may know them from Dead Pixels or from Makasi. Then you have Wolf Nato, who is the muscle, and he focuses on business management and commerce. So just checking out some sneak peeks, we got a Goat Tribe shirt, which looks like some unicorn horns that are taped. Then you have like the red bandana with a 69 shirt. Then you've got the all white wolf with some white horns. It also looks taped. And you have the VIP hat, a wolf that looks like it's howling. And then you got this one licking his chops. He's got some headphones on with his wolf teen jacket. You also have some wolves that are modeled by some famous people, such as this Prince Purple Wolf right here. It's also really cool to note that this is yet another project that has their white paper out before they mint. So essentially these first NFTs are their Genesis tokens, and if you hold one, you will be given royalties. Looking at their roadmap, the most important part is going to come after Q3 and Q4 after they've already minted, and this is going to be where your wolf will get a name for itself. This becomes the first part of the famous wolf development program. Then in Q4 they will have limited edition special wolf pack companions for the famous wolf club holders. Make sure you keep a couple of wolves around. They do like to stay in packs. Then you see Q1/Q2 of next year, which is the second part of the famous wolf development program, where you will get your wolves to perform at unique events in games to start to earn their fame. Then in Q2 and Q3, famous wolf club launches our partnership programs in the digital space. Also, only a few of the wolves will actually be born famous, and these are going to be some of their one-of-ones, where they do have Randy Savage, they have Hulk Hogan, and they also have Teen Wolf, so there will be a few others that they have not released, and those will be born famous. It says here, every wolf is born with a talent and fame. The talent will randomly be allocated during the mint, and you never know what you're going to get. The fame score is calculated based on all the traits that your wolf has. This is your wolf's starting fame score. Famous wolves are not born only with talent and fame, but also a career according to their life achievements. The famous wolves were just naturally lucky, but your wolf too can become famous with the right amount of time and dedication. Then it has this illustration which says the mint, and then this is the 10K allocated to people. They will then get a name, then you will have your own events, which will earn you some fame points, which will then maybe somehow go back into the pool. Maybe this will change certain rarities. Interesting to see how that'll work. And then it says over here with the famous wolf career, and then this brings you up to your full fame. And then it looks like the royalties and digital sales will trickle down to the famous wolves. And the next project we're going to cover is Wiseguys. This project is minting on the 25th of June. There's going to be 2,000 of them, and they're going for 50 ADA a piece. Looking at some of their sneak peeks, they just got classic mobwear stuff, tuxedos, caps, glasses. This dude's got a cyborg eye though. Don't know how to explain that. Maybe there's some lore. And this one's a zombie. This one's all golded out. And then you get on the one of ones, or it says one on one, but I think they mean one of one. You also have a Charles one. Charles one looks sick. He's got the gold cigar, of course. And another thing that's pretty awesome about this project is they too already have their white paper ready. I was actually just talking to a few friends of mine, and we were talking about how we wish a few projects would actually be here longer, maybe a few months, and then talk about their mint, rather than just getting ready for their mint, popping up a Discord, popping up in a few Twitter spaces, and then minting. And that's exactly what this project's doing. Unlike other projects in the space, Wiseguys has been around in the operations for months prior to our drop. Hence, in this white paper, you will read about our history and our vision and mission for the project. This team actually started as a group of friends who brought more friends, and then they had to get rid of bots because it got that big, so they implemented some technology to get rid of the bots, and with that set in place, they created some rules, and their rules are to always be altruist, honest, bring value, respect everybody, and make decisions based on the greater good. There will also be weapons and cars that will be a 2,000 collection as well, also going for 50 ADA a piece, and this will take place a month after season 1. It says if you own any of these NFTs, you will get access to their Discord. However, if you own all 3, you will be cashing in some profits from the secondary market and many benefits that they have in place. There will be these categories inside of the metadata called family, so there will be families that your NFTs belong to, and they are aware that other projects have been doing this, but they want to make it clear that they had this idea before a lot of those other projects were even around. Also, they want to make note that everybody wants the floor price to be high, especially flippers, but also people just holding for the long term. Nobody's holding for the long term wanting a price to go down. So I'm not going to go into super detail about how they're going to raise their floor, but they are doing sweeping contests, so anything bought under 200 ADA, and they are also giving out a bunch of incentives for people who are day 1 holders. Next project we're going to be covering today is Top Dog Society. There's going to be these alpha passes, which there will be a total supply of 500, and they will be going for 24 ADA a piece on the 24th of June. This is a sneak peek of what they will look like, and you do have to be whitelisted in order to mint one of these passes. An alpha pass is a VIP ticket which grants holders access to the pre-sale mint and exclusive drops for all Top Dog Society collections from now until infinity. Who can mint? Only alpha rolls. How do you become an alpha roll? Alpha rolls are the equivalent of OG rolls. In order to be an alpha, you must be early or invited. And if you do get one of these alpha passes, you will be allowed to mint up to 4 top dogs. Checking out a few of their sneak peeks, we do see these right here. This one looks really freaking crazy in my opinion. I also really like the joint. I think the joint looks extremely realistic as opposed to a lot of the other projects I've seen. The chain looks really good as well, and just the dogs in general. I just really like this artwork. Heading over to their website, we can see their team of J Dino and Professor as the two founders, and then you also have Ms. Butterfly, who is the community manager, and BADJ, who is also a community manager. According to their roadmap, the next steps for this project is the Treasury Wallet, where alpha pass holders will have their pre-sale mint. Then there will be the public mint. The 25k ADA Treasury Wallet will be funded to give our community and holders a voice so they can decide what to do with the fund. The fund can be used for giveaways to promote the brand, poker games just to have fun, or floor buyback program. Then they're moving on to their stage 3, which will be their post mint, where they will have a private Discord channel for holders, community grant fund up to 25k ADA, and partner with other projects. Next up, on the 25th of this month, we have Crazy Hyenas minting their 3,333 hyenas for 35 ADA apiece. Heading over to their team, you can see that it is a team of 3. When it is a team of 3, normally developments and engagement is a little bit lower in those discords than other discords, which normally also results in a lower floor price after mint. Now, this isn't a guarantee, and I'm not trying to crap on small projects. However, it is something to note as we are the ones giving them our money. And if we do take 3,333, multiply that by 35 ADA, and then multiply that by 0.45 or 0.48, roughly where ADA is right now, we are getting around $56,000, which is how much they would have to spend on everything. And obviously, even all of that isn't all of theirs. I'm sure they have to pay a minter or something along those lines. So there's even less, and I'm just wondering what they can really do with that small amount of money. But nevertheless, I could always be wrong, and we're going to give every project a fair shot until they prove to us otherwise. So we're going to move on to their sneak peeks, where they do have this Superman sneak peek. Then you've got this dude with some ski goggles on. You've got some like futuristic glasses on, smoking a cigarette, and then you've got some merch right here. You also have some, looks like just art in general, and then this dude in the lab cooking up some mutations potentially, who knows. Then you've got the gold skin, looks a little leopard-like with some 69 hair. Then you've got a Mandrills partnership, and then you also have a Wake and Bake, which looks just like Snoop Dogg, and then you've got this one-of-one barbaric orc hyena. Checking out their roadmap, we are on phase 1, where we release the crazy hyenas onto the blockchain. Then they verify all the crazy hyenas. They're going to do weekly gaming tournaments with ADA prizes, giveaways and competitions, partnerships and collaborations. Crazy Hyenas will give you access to future drops and promos, Alpha Pack Council to serve as the voice of the community to assist and drive the direction, and official merch store. Then phase 3, they will ask the community what they would like to do, and 25% of the royalties will be allocated to a community wallet. The council and community will direct the future expenditure of royalties in the wallet. Season 2 drop and community inspired will happen sometime in phase 3. It also says that the roadmap may change based on project funding, so to me this tells me that they are aware that this won't create the largest amount of funds, and maybe they have to do a season 2, maybe they try to make more money from their royalties or from a merch store, so we will have to wait and see. There are also some other projects that I've already covered in previous videos, so I'm not going to go over them, but I am going to shout them out as they do mint this week. One of them being Cyber Chads, which is minting today for 68 apiece, 3,333 Chads. The other is Nakama, which is minting tomorrow for 55 ADA apiece, and the other is Kin Raiden, which is minting on the 24th of June for 70 ADA apiece. Next up we have Ted Nation, and this is going to be on the 26th of June, going for 99 ADA apiece. There will be 5,555 TEDs. So starting off, they have already done something extremely interesting in my opinion, and that is doxing through Alpha Verify. So you can dox without actually showing your face using one of these programs that essentially some people will meet with you, they will verify that you are doxed, and then they will officially give you a check mark if you are doxed. So you don't have to actually show your face to the whole world, you can show it to this one company and then they will approve it. So you're basically trusting this company. So personally, I think this is absolutely fine. I was actually hoping something like this would come along because I know that some people don't want to show their face, some people don't want to show where they live, all that good stuff. And if a company is going to go ahead and take all of that responsibility for us and just work with these people to where they only have to show their face to a few people, then I do think that is a little bit safer for everybody. So we can go ahead and we can go look at these TEDs. I mean, they look like TED. You know what TED looks like. These are variations of TED. You know, the artwork looks pretty cool. It looks pretty clean. They look like TED Peptide Nation. So far on their roadmap, they have shown that they will have a $ fluff token, and there is a red button. Maybe you should press it, maybe you shouldn't. There will be a community vote. It also says if you zoom into this picture, there are hints on what the next part of the roadmap will lead to, but they don't want to reveal everything just yet. Now I'm on their website, and there is a slightly different roadmap, which says they're going to focus on community, then the TED Quarter, then Whale Bay, then airdrops, then a question mark, then TED Hub, Fluff Store, and a factory. Another project that I already covered in the last week's video as well was Onsies, which is coming from RatsDao. If you want to hear everything that I spoke about in last week's video, you can go watch it, but if you're just looking for the minting information, it will be on the 26th to the 28th, and the 28th will be the public. The 26th will be for the people who hold rats, and the 27th will be for people holding the other projects, such as DJ and Crypto Club, One Mate Stakers, Birthday Berry, RatsDao holders, Cardano Lounge, Chilled Kongs, Universe 25, Fud Buddies, and Form. But that's everything I wanted to cover in this week's video, guys. I know it was hella long. If any of this content helped you, please give me a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. And remember to get outside, see your family, see your friends. We're here to make more money so we can spend more time with them. Till next time, guys, peace.
I get it like a G, but it never came easy. You got me coughing up a lung, I wish I rap like Wheezy. I keep my pace, so I'm sorry that I'm breezy. Keep my sneaks laced, cause I can't afford Yeezys. I don't want the gold, give me BTC. Y'all be acting crazy, I like